awful. And the crime we've seen, especially in your district, in District A, has been a rash of carjackings. That's been one of the biggest problems. Murders are bad all around the city, but the carjackings have gotten out of control.
Carjackings are out of control. They've been particularly bad, I would say, in the uptown area, some in Lakeview, and obviously in mid-city as well.
And so the proposals by those consultants out of New York, I assume you applaud those and say, look, we do need more cops on the street, but that's something you guys in the council have been talking about for some time.
Well, I think Leslie just said it in the lead into this. We've budgeted for 1,250 officers and 130 recruits. NOPD is below 950 officers at this point and has fewer recruits. We want those police officers on the street.
But you've also, there have been proposals on the table to put civilians in jobs that do not have to be done by uniformed officers to get more cops on the street.
100%. We want to make sure that cops can be on the street and people who can do the back office stuff, whether it's payroll, HR, whatever is necessary, civilians handle that so police can go do their jobs.
And I assume you're glad the Police Foundation has come in, that the city is offering more money through money they have through the federal government to go ahead and pay cops more, to incentivize cops to come here from other places, either in the metro area or across the country.
I think within reason, and that's where one of the places we're concerned about.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Well, two things. Number one is the play plan right now is paying 30% more than any other local municipality. That's a huge, not 5% more, 7%, 10% more, 30% more. That's number one. Number two is the incentives run out in 3 years. And that's what concerns me is, okay, great, we've built through 2023, 2024, 25 on the back of federal money, but how do you make that sustainable long term? And I don't want to make promises to police officers we can't keep.
And then the one thing that had to shock you is if a lot of that doesn't work, then go ahead and shut down a couple of districts. One would be the 2nd district, which is in your district.
That's a non-starter for me. I mean, let me just be 100% clear about that. I don't think shutting down police districts at this moment is good. And then
even temporarily.
Even temporarily. Well, not only that, Eric, as we said off camera, the police district is one of the newest ones in the entire city. If we know some of the other facilities are failing, then wouldn't you rather be at a nicer facility, create better morale than someplace that isn't?
And you know, there's been a lot of comparisons of what's going on now and what happened back in the mid-90s when Chief Pennington came in. Murders were I mean, sky high then. But it was at a time where a lot of murders were always in certain neighborhoods. They could target certain areas. That's what that ComStat system was all about. Right now, a lot of the murders are still in certain areas, but the carjackings, the break-ins, the holdups, the car break-ins, they're all over the city.
They're all over the city, and I applaud this group for saying we need to deploy our officers everywhere, and then look at what you've been talking about somewhat with the hot spots of making sure that we're targeting those areas, also where you're seeing trending happen, and then how do we deal with some of the quality of life issues too? If you remove blight in certain areas, crime is going to go down there too. And
we were talking about this off camera. Why did it take people from outside to come in and tell the NOPD some of the problems that you guys had been suggesting all along?
I don't know why it takes outsiders to talk about things that Councilmember Moreno, Councilmember Morrell, Councilmember Thomas, myself have been talking about for such a long time. And Eric, you said it already, civilianization has really been the centerpiece of what the council has been talking about in order to really empower NOPD and give it the numbers it needs.
But from the, I'm sorry, we're out of time, but the conversation before seemed like the mayor was not on board till the Police Foundation came in and these outside members came in. Now she's on board.
I don't know why you need those people to tell you what people already know the answer is.
All right, Councilman Giarrusso, we'll be watching for your initiative tomorrow morning at City Council Hall.
Thank you.
City Council meeting. All right, let's get over to Peyton.